Bo Nickal signs with Hulk Hogan's wrestling organization. Oh my. Bo Nickal signs with Real American Freestyle in return to wrestling. The wrestling organization is spearheaded by legend Hulk Hogan and former WCW Vice President Eric Bischoff. Here's what they had to say. Bo Nickal is a tremendous athlete and one of the most accomplished wrestlers on the planet. This is what Hulk Hogan said. Wow. So Bo Nickal is going to be wrestling, and Bo Nickal told Ariel Helwani yesterday that he wants to return to the UFC octagon after his first loss. I believe he's 7-1. He wants to return October or November this year. Who do you think Bo Nickal should fight first? What do you think about this wrestling side project? Good conversation here. Bilal Muhammad had this to say about Ilia Topuria. UFC lightweight champion Ilia Topuria. Here's what Bilal had to say. At 170, the size definitely would matter. 155 and 170 is a big, big difference. I'll welcome him if he wants to come up to 170. Come on, let's do it. That's Bilal Muhammad to Ilia Topuria. Wow. Sticking with Bilal news, here's what Bilal had to say about his last title fight and loss. The JDM fight was close. I thought I still won that fight. I could go back and rewatch it a million times. I still see myself winning. What do you guys think? I don't know, man. I had JDM winning. Here's a little news on Ilia Topuria. Ilia Topuria says his ideal scenario is a champion versus champion fight against Islam Makhachev. Here's his quote. I would love to see Islam getting the title and the UFC letting me go up to 170 and getting the third belt. Wow. Ilia could be the first ever 3-division UFC champion. It could happen. It could happen. All right, let's see what we got here. We'll get into some Arman Tsarukyan news. Arman had this to say yesterday. He's basically saying, Islam, Ilia. Here's the quote. That's a different level. That's a different level of fighter. He would KO him. You can't compare Ilia versus Islam. This is #1 contender, Arman Tsarukyan. Wow. We got a fight announcement. Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates, welterweight, bout set for UFC 319. And yesterday we mentioned Raul Rojas Jr. versus Rob Font at UFC Noche. Let's get into some Ilia Topuria and Khabib Nurmagomedov comparisons. Ilia Topuria, 2-division UFC champion. Khabib, 1-division UFC champion. Ilia Topuria, 4.4 strikes landed per minute. Khabib, 4.1. Ilia Topuria, 15 finishes and 17 wins. Let me just double check that one real quick, guys. Got to make sure. That's right. 15 wins, 17 finishes, 2 decisions for El Matador. Khabib, 29 wins, undefeated, 18 finishes. Let's keep on going, guys. Let's keep on going. I saw a couple videos about people comparing Khabib's career to Ilia's career, so that's what we're trying to do. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm seeing the competition. I'm seeing the everything. I mean, Khabib was 13-0 in the UFC, inducted into the Hall of Fame, 5.3 takedowns average per minute, fight length. And then I'm going to Ilia's, and it's very comparable, very comparable. Ilia has 12 less fights, still undefeated, has 2 titles. Big wins, 7 knockouts, 8 submissions. That's for Ilia. And Khabib has 8 TKOs and 11 submissions. So Khabib has 19 finishes, 10 decisions. Ilia has 15 and 2. When you get a chance, guys, take a look at comparing. People were comparing Conor McGregor to Khabib. I'm sorry, comparing Conor McGregor to Ilia. You need to compare Ilia to Khabib, right? Because Ilia is well surpassed what Conor did, and I think from me looking at this, I'd say if you had a top 10, I'd say Ilia would be 1 or 2 spots on top of Khabib, from body of work to the level of difficulty of opponents to the way he's finishing people. I'm gonna say Khabib is a top 10, and Ilia's coming up on a top 5 all time. GOATs, my opinion. That's it for news today. Have a great day, fight fans.